I'm Judy Shaw for What's the Fund. Joining me today is Diana Sands. Diana is the Portfolio Manager, Fixed Income Asset Management at Goldman Sachs. Diana, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining me.
Likewise, Judy. Thanks for having us.
A quick note to viewers, this interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE isn't recommending any investments or investment strategies. Diana, tell me, what's the fund you want to talk about?
So the fund is GSIG. It's the Goldman Sachs Access Investment Grade Corporate 1 to 5 year bond ETF.
Okay, tell me about this fund.
So the fund is invested, as the name implies, in 5-year and in investment grade corporate bonds. Slightly different than some of our peers in the space. The underlying index to which we manage has a slightly smart construction. And so what we're doing is looking at the underlying issuers in that universe. And we are stack ranking issuers based on their change in fundamentals. So looking specifically at margins and leverage, which names are showing improving margins, improving leverage metrics. Those names are sort of at the top of our list, and the names showing the most deterioration quarter to quarter are at the bottom. And simply what we're doing here is taking out the bottom 10% or so of names that are showing the worst level of deterioration. And the idea being, can we effectively give clients exposure to this market? We want to give clients exposure to the investment grade corporate bond market in the front end. But can we do it in a way that takes out some of the tail risk? And as we know in bonds, this can be a terribly asymmetric asset class. And so focusing specifically on the names showing the worst fundamental deterioration, by removing those from the asset class, we think we can improve investors' risk-adjusted returns in the space over time.
And is there anything you want to add about the strategy?
Sure. So, if I take a step back, GSIG is the 6th fixed income ETF that GSAM Fixed Income has launched to date. Our goals as an ETF provider are really threefold. First and foremost, as the suite implies, the suite of funds is called the Access Suite. So we're trying to give investors access to different segments of fixed income markets globally. So that's our first pillar. We're not looking to change the underlying construction of our indices or of these sectors so much. We're trying to give folks an experience that is similar to what they're expecting for investment grade corporate bonds or what have you. The second pillar, we are coming at this as an active manager. GSAM Fixed Income has been a long-time fixed income manager, a long-time active manager. And obviously in ETFs, we are taking a passive approach, but the underlying indices have a slightly different construction to them. And what we're trying to do is provide our investors with a smoother ride over time, hopefully a better risk-adjusted return experience. And then the third piece of it, and we want to take costs out of the equation. These ETFs are hopefully a cheap and transparent tool for clients to use. And so our hope is that we've priced pretty competitively.
And finally, where can our viewers learn more about this fund?
Sure. So gsamfunds.com, www.gsamfunds.com.
Diana, thanks for joining me on What's the Fund?
Thanks, Judy.